sir.
Hold on, man. I need to play my shit in the back.
So
yeah.
Let me start with like a little icebreaker. Check this out, George. Hey, David.
What?
This is gonna be for you. I think you're gonna like it. This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Can you see it?
Nope.
Can you see it now?
Nope.
All right, let's do this then.
All right, take two.
Take two. How about now? How about now?
No.
Still can't see it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, let me do this. You know what that sounds like, right, Georgie?
I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, we don't hear nothing.
All right, hang on one second. Let me try one more time. If it don't work, I'm gonna send it to you, David, and you play it, okay?
Let me see if I remember how to do that. Hold on. Think.
Yeah, see.
Oh, there it goes. It's coming up. Here we go. What is this? What is this garbage? Oh my god! I just saw a picture of somebody. Oh my god!
The greatest.
He's so bad that the computer's buffering.
Bro, stop it. Not yo. It's buffering though, man. We gotta get that fixed, man. We can't.
Even though, as you mentioned, Steve, it's not their tempo.
Why my shit buffering?
So wait, is this when he was good? When was this?
Melo was good his whole career. Stop that, man.
No, but I'm saying,
but this was in the beginning of his prime. This was the beginning of his prime.
Okay. That's what I want to know. Like, was he at his prime there? Because when I got to see him, see on the top right up there where he got that New York jersey on, the New York Yankee, the New York Knicks jersey on. That's when I got to see him, and I was not impressed at all. But see,
right here?
It's so bad.
Even though, as you mentioned, Steve, it's not their tempo.
We know we're gonna have to edit this part out.
Even though, as you mentioned, Steve, it's not their tempo.
Bro, he's so bad the computer doesn't want to even play it.
This is weird. David, I'm about to send this to you, okay?
You want me to play this on my shit?
Jeez. Yes, sir.
I don't even know how I'm gonna do that because then I'm gonna have to send it to.
Because I don't think I've ever heard.
We might have to figure this out and then continue the recording because we wasted 3 minutes trying to figure this shit out.
I was gonna say, yeah, send me the link so I could.
I did.
So I could share it because you gotta approve it, Jerome.
Here we go.
Yeah.
What? Tutu.
I don't know who that is, bro. Like it's just. Oh man! So you send me the link?
Yeah, I sent it. Well, I sent it in the private chat. Can you see it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm
supposed to click on some other shit.
I'm doing everything on my laptop. So
wait, hold on. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, wait.
It should.
No, it's not. Send it through WhatsApp. Send through WhatsApp because I don't know how to get that over here.
Okay.
So all I gotta do is put it on the search box.
All right, give me 1 second. So I don't think I've never heard anybody say Carmelo Anthony is trash before.
I know, I've heard people, but you know what? It's people. Every time that I hear somebody say they trash, it's people that really don't know basketball. So that's why I don't even bother.
It's just people that don't care about basketball like that, and they don't want to waste their time. Hold on, let's see if this works. Oh my god, I can't believe this is on my screen.
Unlike other value meals, Arby's new $7.99 meat and 3 box has 3 sides.
You gotta get YouTube Premium, D.
It's more meal for your money.
Nah, bro, I ain't paying for that.
Arby's.
Nah, you gotta get YouTube Premium. Yo, we're gonna have to edit all this out.
What a pass that time by Carmelo inside to Nene.
Yeah, we might just off the left. Look at that pass, bro. You see that pass?
Right through the white jersey. He fires it. He knows already. He's heading back down court.
Oh, come on, man. I got this on my laptop.
Anthony.
What? Got him.
No.
Wait a minute.
Gets his own miss.
Oh my God.
I got to tell you, this right here is what you call a grown man move.
Got him.
Carmelo
Got him
Anthony
again.
with the inside out, and then 3 Celtics around him.
Got him. Reload.
For the lead.
Shot no. Tapped up, and tapped out. Controlled the name. Billups.
Wow.
Here's Carmelo.
Money.
Got it. Count it. For the win.
That's a walking bucket.
97-96.
Look at JR.
Denver.
The walking bucket.
Tear your heart out.
Notice it's getting later as we go.
Anthony dunks over Ratliff, and he's fouled.
Yeah, we missed that one.
We're gonna watch this whole thing.
That's what you did to Conrad, right?
Carmelo Anthony showed the voters, the coaches,
Man's a walking
I
bucket, bro.
deserve to be in the All-Star game.
Was a walking
Knicks
bucket.
down 3, should the Bulls foul? No. Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes
Wait
down.
for it. Wait for it.
In the hands
Same
of
play.
Anthony.
Same play.
Anthony
Wait,
for
come back.
3. Puts
Bang.
it.
Woo.
Knicks by 1 with 8 points.
That was like 30
remaining.
seconds apart or something like that, if I remember correctly. I think that was a Christmas Day game.
97-96, Nuggets trail. 4 seconds to go. Into Carmelo, 3 seconds. Carmelo launching.
Money.
Carmelo Anthony with the game winner.
Game winner. You know who doesn't have game winners?
Who that?
Look at the steal by AC on Gordon. Just trying to tie it up. This is Carmelo. Oh, yes! Right in Tyrese
Man,
Thomas's
he's
face.
freezing.
But Thomas jumped early, too. That was an athletic move by Thomas, but he got himself on a poster.
Either go and make a quick play or pass.
Final 3.
Anthony by
Oh,
Finley.
wow.
What a play by Carmelo
God.
Anthony.
Now, how quick was this? We've talked about his power.
I seen all this, though. I ain't gonna lie, though.
Quickness to the basket. He takes a hit. His game is so elevated, Kevin, from the last couple years we've seen him in the playoffs.
Rebound Millsap. Look down. Pass. No! Oh, wow! Now that was spectacular.
Man is great, man. The man is great, bro.
Dutchins misses. Anthony the rebound.
He lost a lot of weight when he got to New York.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he did. I think I remember him saying that he stopped eating carbs and stuff like that.
Display of shooting here at the Garden.
You can cut it, D.
Carmelo Anthony with the
No, I'm gonna watch
Knicks
that.
history. He's got 62, the highest scoring game ever here at the
62.
All right.
Most points in Knicks history.
So this is what I'm gonna say about that.
I
right?
cut that in.
So you Jerome got to cut that.
Oh, I gotta kick it, right?
Oh wait, I stopped sharing. Here we go. All right. So this hear me out on this, right? Okay, cool. He was good. All right, he was good because that's like a Vince Carter, right? That's my thing. But where was all this shit? Like I said, I started paying attention to him when he got to the Knicks. In the Knicks, there was just 3 highlights. That's it. He didn't do shit for the Knicks. He was making all these shots and all that stuff, but didn't get a ring. And that's at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
But okay. First of all right. So hold on, not to cut you off, because you know what? I have to cut you off because you're defining his greatness by not getting a ring. You know how many great players don't got rings? Barkley don't got a ring. Is he trash?
He's not great.
No, but you got to understand, getting a ring is not just a play. You have to have, yes, a great player, but you have to have a whole team to win a championship. Barkley probably never had that. You know what I'm saying? He just never had it.
That's why every time he argued with Shaq. Shaq be like, but you don't have one of these. He got to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Shaq does tell him you don't got one of those, but Shaq never tells him that you're not a great player. He's not a legend of the game. He wasn't a great. He's not one of the. I'm not saying Ghost play. He's not one of the greats. He would never say that to Barkley. He can't. Just because you don't got a ring, don't mean it defines your greatness. I mean, it puts you on another level, yes, but it doesn't define your greatness. It doesn't make you, you were trash. It doesn't define that.
So this is my thing, right? For people that follow basketball and that are deep into it, you could argue that all day. But for a casual fan, he doesn't do shit for me, bro. Like he has some. Vince Carter was doing some of the stuff that he was doing. Penny Hardaway, you know what I'm saying? And tell me, look at AI.
Even Cat,
Huh?
even Cat. I know I'm in the delay, so it's gonna be hard. But even casual fans know that he was great, man.
Not great.
I don't. He's probably because he's Puerto Rican.
I didn't even know he was Puerto Rican. I think he was black.
Wait, who's Puerto Rican?
He's half Puerto Rican. But
Well,
you're mad because you're a Knicks fan and he didn't bring a ring to the Knicks. But like I told you, you can't blame you can't blame him. If you are a Knicks fan, you would know what happened during his era. You would know that we had a trash ass general manager that held a grudge against him instead of trying to get people around him to win a ring. So he held his grudge was more important than winning a ring. So, and the only time he had a team around him, everybody ended up getting hurt throughout the year. So he never had that squad. The only time he had a squad was, I think, 2012, 2013, when he had a squad. And I think they went to the second round, second round. And they just ran into a fucking Indiana Pacers team, I believe, that just got hot at the right time. They ended up beating them in 7 games, I believe. So it was just unfortunate.
At least buy one, go buy one, and just like, look here, you know what I'm saying? But he don't have that ring, bro. Like I can't. I don't.
Like I said, the 12,000. Look, the 12,012 team. I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see. 12,012, 2012, 2013 team had Carmelo, Marcus Camby, Tyson Chandler, Raymond Felton, Jason Kidd. Now you look at those names and you be like, that's a decent team. It is a decent team, and they still won with that team. They won 54 games that year. They were first in the Atlantic seed. I think that's the year they lost in the 8th round, I believe. I'm really not too sure about it. I gotta look it up, but that was a good team, and that was pretty much the best team he had that whole time. He was in New York. Every other team was just, come on. Yeah, he had Porzingis, but Porzingis was a rookie at the time. So he was better than what we thought he would be, but he was still a rookie at the time. So, and I think we had Derrick Rose, but Derrick Rose was not Derrick Rose when he became a Knick. So you can't really hold against him. He never had that team, man. You know, he was battling with teams like Golden State that had fucking all-stars on his team. He was battling LeBron's fucking Heatles. You can't beat those type of teams because their general manager, their president, put a team around LeBron, put a team around Curry. You know, they never did that for Melo. Else he would have won a ring. Come on, you can't take that away from him, man. That's like Barkley, Reggie, all the Patrick Ewing. They're trash because they didn't win a ring.
I like Patrick Ewing, but he don't got a ring. Listen.
So is he trash? No, but is he trash? Is he trash?
He's a good player. I look, okay, I'm saying that Melo is trash. He's not trash. He made it to the NBA. Of course he's not trash. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's not trash, but he's not a great. You know, like so if he's a great, what are the ones that got rings? And I'm not talking about the bench. I'm talking about the starters that got rings. Are they greats or are they goats? Because you can't.
There's players that has rings that are probably one of the worst players in NBA history, and they got rings
because they were in the bench, of course. Like I get.
So so what does that mean? Are they great because they got a ring?
No, but I said the starters. That's why I said the starters. Because I mean, the water boy probably got a ring, and Carmelo doesn't.
There's some starters that are not even won't even crack the top 200 best players in the league that has won championships, and they started for that team. So what does that mean? You know,
I don't know, man. I don't know. The goal of the NBA is to get a ring. If you don't get a ring, then something's missing. You know what I'm saying? That's like Jordan.
So you telling me all his other accomplishments, it's garbage, man. It don't mean nothing. That's what he's saying.
It means something, but it's not the top of the creme. You can't say great. So then what are the ones that got rings? The starters. I'm talking about the starters.
Okay, so here's my argument, right, to that. You know, Michael Jordan is my GOAT, right? And you know, everybody talks about the LeBron and Michael Jordan GOAT debate. I would never ever use championships as a GOAT debate in that. I don't. There's no reason to do that. You know, because I know that's a team sport, and I know yes, LeBron was the leader of that team. I know, and Michael Jordan, they probably would never won a ring if it wasn't Michael Jordan on that team. If you put anybody else, they probably would have won a championship, especially 6-0. But I would never use that because there's other stuff to the game that I could use to say that Michael Jordan's the GOAT. And so it goes the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, 10-time All-Star, a scoring champion. I know it's by heart, but I don't want to start guessing, so I'm just going to look at the list. NBA team selection 6. You know what I'm saying? Top 75 player. Or rookie of the year. He didn't get rookie of the year, but he was on the first team rookie of the year of 2004. He got jerked. I still say he got jerked. 3-time Olympic gold medalist. 1-time bronze gold medalist. NCAA champion. Like, come on, the list goes on, bro. Like,
come on, man. Like, it's just that you got to have a comparison. Like, you have the motherfuckers, and I'm talking about starters. I'm talking about like people that that really play, not the bench, that have a ring. Those are greats, right? And then after those greats, you have GOATs, or you have a GOAT, right? But then underneath that line of starters that are great and have championship, then falls the other category. You just can't combine them all, man, because then what the fuck is the purpose of having a ring then?
So I'm gonna ask you. So if you say he's a top 75 player of all time, he's on that list, right? Where is he in your top whatever?
He's if I had a top 1,000, he's probably in my top, and in that 1,000, he's probably 500. Like, he's not in my top. He's not in single digits, bro. First of all, he's not in single digits. He's not in my top single digits. There's so many I can think of.
Hold on, you said 500?
Yeah, 500.
You said he would be 500?
Out of 1,000, yeah.
Can you name 500 players?
No. But that's why I said
how you put him in top 500?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's say I can only name 10 players, right? He will be my 10.
He won't be.
He probably won't even make it to my 10.
He won't. He won't make it to my 10. I could say that, but okay. I'm not gonna say he's not a top 500. Like, he's definitely within the top 75 of all time. Maybe top 50. Maybe even top lower than that. I'm just saying, but 500 is the
okay. So if I had to build a squad and I got starters and I had to build them from like my number one to the let's say they give me 20 players, he'll probably be in my bottom. And in 20, I don't think he'll make it in my 20, man. Because there's other people that I would put that I will feel much comfortable. Just like when you said, right, who would you give that question? Who would you give the ball to in a final shot, and it's a 3-pointer? Like, with no doubt in my head, I'm saying Curry. But y'all saying Jordan.
But now,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, you got Curry. I'll give it to Mike also. Mike, you got a bunch of, but you're talking about 3-pointers. Like, and truthfully, when it comes to game on the line, I wouldn't give it to Curry. Yes, he was the greatest 3-point shot, but how many times has he hit a game-winning shot? Like, at the buzzer? 0.
I don't know.
0. You know why? No, I could tell you why. Maybe that, they never had a chance to, get a buzzer beater because they were so good. They were blowing teams out. But that's bullshit. We all know there's a time that. But you know why he got 0? It's because when you got 5 seconds left on the clock and you get the ball, they're going to play defense. And then when they're going to play defense, they're not, you're not probably going to get a shot off. And that whole greatest shooter of all time, it doesn't really matter. Because if you can't get the shot off, you're not going to hit the buzzer beater. But you know who has buzzer beaters? Melo, Mike,
you said something very important, though. You said something important. Maybe he didn't have a buzzer beater shot because every time he played a team, they blowing motherfuckers out of the. They got a good lead that they don't need a buzzer beater. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that's not.
Well, I also did say that out of all the games he played, I don't know how many games he played in his career. I'm sure there was a bunch of games that came down to that last second, and he didn't make it. Why? Because the defense is going to collapse on him.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to collapse on him, but then he needs to pass. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't. But that, if he passes, then that's out the conversation. But you know who has buzzer beaters? Carmelo.
Yeah, but he got buzzer beater because he, like you said, he probably knew that he don't got nobody else in the team.
But you threw to one of the things that, I mean, he was great at. He was a great 3-point shooter, but you threw it to something else. Like now you're only naming one category though. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm saying
look at his whole game.
Like no, if it's a 3-pointer, it's Curry. If it's within the paint, it's Jordan. It's Jordan all day. It's Jordan all day. Who else? Maybe.
No. If I needed a 3-point shot, if I needed a shot period to win the game, my number one guy would be Michael Jordan. That's it. He was a killer.
Inside the paint.
No. Yes. Regardless, it doesn't matter where he's going to shoot from. Michael Jordan actually was a good 3-point shooter, but when you're shooting, when you're in an era that I think a whole team probably shot 6 3-pointers the whole fucking game, and you probably only took one. If you missed that one, right? What's your percentage for the game?
0.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if Michael Jordan was in this era shooting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 threes a game, he'll probably be at shooting 40% because he's going to make at least 4 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10. So he'll be about 35% shooter, guarantee it. But back then he was like 20 something, 20, because you miss one, you only take one, you miss it, you're 0. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I don't say the 3-point. But Michael Jordan was a pretty good 3-point shooter, man. He had 6 and 1/2 at one time. He has a bunch of buzzer beaters from 3. You know,
he built that game because he didn't have it. Like I seen the stuff, like and I saw the documentary. But now, man, I would not feel inside the paint. Jordan all day, and knowing that people are they're gonna play hard defense on him. Jordan all day, but that three, I'm gonna give it to Curry.
You do know that
the other side of the court.
You do know that that Curry is not even one of the best 3-point shooters percentage wise, right? Not even for the year, this year especially. I don't think he ever been, but he takes a lot of threes. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to go down. But percentage-wise, he's not the greatest 3-point shooter by far. I mean, not by far, but he's not.
Talking about like
it's just that what makes Curry a great shooter, a great 3-point shooter, is the shit he does. Doing from half court, stuff like that, shooting and turning around. You know what I'm saying? He does make a lot of 3-point shots, but in this era with no defense, you're basically, you're shooting at the park by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why these 3-point shooters these days, everybody's a great 3-point shooter. Yeah, but there's no fucking defense. You're basically shooting by yourself at the sides. Look at every game. Every game you see somebody shoot a 3, there's barely people near them. You know what I'm saying? Once in a while, they get a hand in the face, but you're wide open, man, most of the time. So yeah, you can be a great shooter.
So it's safe to say you guys agree to disagree on this point.
No, we definitely agree to disagree. I don't even think we agree, period.
No.
We just disagree.
Say that Carmelo is trash. And listen, when I say that he's trash, I'm not saying that he made it to the NBA, bro. Like he made.
No, you can't say he's trash though. That's the thing.
Okay, but
I understand you don't say he's the greatest or okay. You can't. You can't say he's trash, man. There's no way.
I won't say he's trash, but don't say he's great then, because I don't think he's great.
Okay, so look, you just said
two more minutes.
He's good because he made it to the league, right? But he didn't just make it to the league. He dominated the league. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the greatest scorers of all time. If not by point per game, but he was one of the greatest scorers. So what does that make him then? If it just making it to the league makes him good, what makes him? What would he be if he's 22 points a game?
He's an outstanding player. He's a Vince Carter. He's a Penny Hardaway.
I think he's better than Vince Carter.
He's an Iverson. He's an Iverson. That's it.
We got to move on.
He's an Iverson to me.
No, I wouldn't put him there, man. I mean, Iverson won MVP and all that, but I don't.
We got to move on. Sports is so polar. God. Yo, y'all too, man. Yeah, y'all like the real first take. Yo, so
no, so look, listen real quick, and then we can move on real quick. Seth Curry is number 7 in all-time percentage in shooting, in 3-point shooting. 7.
But that's percentage, man. That's not. Come on, like you said, if
I
like you
mean,
said,
that
wait, like you said, if you take one shot and miss, that's 0. But if you take one shot and make it and never shoot again, what is that? 100.
No, wait, my bad. He's not even number 7. His brother is number 7. He's number 13.
Okay.
But that, like I said, I give you because he shoots a lot, way more than Seth Curry.
That's his game.
His brother.
That's his game, right?
So
That's
and he takes more difficult shots. But at the same time, he's number 13 in field goal percentage, in 3-point field goal percentage.
Close this out, David.
Just saying.
Close this out, David.
That's it. Whatever. Curry's getting the ball.
Don't get stop gaslighting George.
No, I'm not gonna take that. I mean, he's one of the top guys I probably will give the ball to, but you have to create spacing for him. If you don't create spacing for him and give him the ball 1-on-1 for a 3-pointer to win the game, he's not going to get the shot off. If you give him the spacing, set some screens and all that, in last second, and he's wide open, yeah, 100% he gets the ball. But you have to create spacing. Michael Jordan didn't need spacing. He's going to get the ball, do something, rise over you and shoot the ball. That's why I'd rather have Michael Jordan, because you don't need a screen. If the play gets broken up, Michael Jordan can still get the ball and win the game for you. If the play gets broken up for Curry, he's not getting shot off.
I mean, we're going to agree that we're going to give it to Jordan, of course. Jordan or Kobe. That's it right there.
Yo, all right. What's the next one, yo?
Let's move. Hey, I wanted to ask y'all two in particular. I'm kind of glad nobody else is on the panel because y'all two had the most, I guess, hot takes on this particular thing. And this is probably going to sound weird coming from, cold-hearted Rome, but I really don't agree with capital punishment, man. And George, I mean this respectfully, bro. I don't think I agree with it too much, man. I think that should be reserved for the creator. And I know y'all probably both gonna disagree with me, but I just feel weird about,
because it depends on the situation.
Go for it. Go ahead.
Now go ahead, George, because this is
No, y'all can go ahead. I want to hear y'all takes on it first before I jump in real quick.
Take it away.
So my thing, it depends on the situation, right? Like, do you mind if I talk about your situation, George?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So in your situation, like, there is no doubt in my head that he should be allowed to whip, beat, and fucking skin, these individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it depends on the situation. Now, if you steal something and you freaking you steal something because you're hungry or whatever, no capital punishment. But there's some stuff, bro, that have no forgiveness. Like the whole situation with that little girl that got raped, right?
Right.
Are we gonna say now? I'm gonna say this before I say that, right? We don't know the full story, and I'm not taking nobody's sides, but there's situations where people do lie for whatever reason. I've had soldiers that have been in situations like that, right? That stuff like that happened and they lied about it. But in a situation like in George, like, I mean, I believe in God and everything, but fuck all that, yo. Because me and you, Jerome, don't know what that man right there is feeling. Correct. What he got to go through every day. You know what I'm saying? And there's no easing, or like, we don't know. I don't know what George does, but there's no easing that pain. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if you could just suck, like, not even suck a punch, but punch that motherfucker all of them in the face, or beat them for like a good 1 hour until they well, I'm not gonna get too graphic, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll bring some type of satisfaction.
That happened in the news this week, actually. Some father, some person unalived somebody else's son, and the father like cold cocked him in the courtroom. Maybe, all right, so maybe not agreeing with it is the wrong words. Maybe I'm conflicted about it, and I always have been. You know, I just don't know how to feel. This is one of those situations where I'm pretty resolute on like a lot of things, but when it's come to capital punishment, I've always been kind of like, damn, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. That's why I have y'all too.
So are you against the death penalty?
I think so. Well, again, I don't know if I'm against it or I'm just conflicted about it. I don't know how I feel about that being in the man having like that final say. I don't know. That's why I need y'all to help me out with this one.
What is a jury?
And hold on a second. And the only reason I say specifically y'all too, and I'm glad nobody else is on the panel, but let me check. Nobody else is in the waiting room. Cool. Because George, you went through a traumatic life experience. And David, you've stared death in the face. So if we don't want to talk about this, we can move on.
Nah, when it comes to my son and topics, I like to talk about it. It's hard, but I do love to talk about it because it makes me feel like I keep his memory alive, even though I don't need to do that. His memory stays in my heart forever. But I understand what you're saying. Because I am a God-fearing man. I do believe in God. I preach to you guys all the time, from time to time. Especially you, Jerome, the whole Houston move. We had our conversations worked out exactly the way I said. If you leave into God's hands and stop forcing nothing, when it happens, it happens. And when He's ready to put you in Houston, He would. And what happened a few months later? And you called me, right? So it's hard for me to say I believe in death penalty and capital punishment because of that reason. I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard for me to say that because the only person that should judge a person's taking somebody's life is God. I do believe that 100%. But at the same time, people say that, but when somebody takes your son from you start. It's not that you don't believe in God. It's just now it's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing as people say, "Oh, don't be a snitch. I will never call the cops." Oh, why you call the cops on this and this and that? And you don't need the cops until something happens to you, and then you be like, "Call the police." Why is nobody saying something? You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same. It's kind of the same thing. So when they son for me, yes, the first thing that came to my mind that one, I wish I was in Kentucky and not here, and they caught them before I could get up there because I think I probably would have been doing jail time if I got there before the cops got there. But at the 11-hour drive, so that didn't happen like that. But when you lose your son and somebody takes your son from you, you think differently. You really do. You want them to have the same fate. And it's not even the same fate. You want their parents to feel the same thing you felt. And I say that for this because when I was going through it and my son's mother was going through it, through the whole thing, their parents didn't feel like they had no real remorse. Their family felt like they didn't have no real remorse for it. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do nothing wrong. Like I don't care what was the reasons. Truthfully, at the end of the day, from what I know, my son didn't really bother these dudes. They kept fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? They were jealous of, the money he had because he worked hard for it, 6 hours, 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. He had his little car at 19. He was always fresh. He was always fly. He was always spending a little money because he earned it. He worked hard for it. And these little bums didn't have that, so they was jealous of him. And they started some beef with him, and and they ended up taking his life over some dumb shit. So when that happens, you're like, yeah, fuck that. I want them to feel the same pain. I want them not to be on this earth. I want their parents to feel the pain that now me and my son's mother is going through every single day. I might look like I'm okay. I might look like I joke, but obviously, knowing my son, he will want us to live our life and laugh and smile and all that. But we feel pain every single day, and I want them to feel that. But at the same time, as a God-fearing man, I'm like, I don't believe in that whole judging because God is the only one that judges. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing as I didn't ask God, or cry to God saying, why? You know, saying, why you took my son? I never questioned it. It was his plan. And that's what gives me some type of relief that, you know, it was his plan and my son's in a better place right now. But I'm conflicted with it. But you know, the human side of me says, yeah, I want to put my hands on them. I want to stone these guys. I want to bury these dudes myself alive. But the God fearing man of me saying, you know what, let them go to jail. God's going to judge them one day. And while my son at the end of the day is going to be in heaven, he's going to look down and he's going to see those motherfuckers suffer and burn in hell for the rest of their life. So, you know, I'm conflicted. I really am. But I understand where you're coming from with the whole God thing and all that. So, but that's where I stand with that.
And there's nothing wrong with feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, when you're in a religious type of situation where you have that question, like, oh, well, you know, God and all that stuff, it's fine, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a big loss, a big, you know, like none of us could imagine that, you know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna, you know, we're gonna see our parents die and all of that stuff, but that's natural. That's the way of life. But to see somebody that's younger than you go through that, you know, nobody could anything that you say or anything that you do, in my eyes, is just. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, Jerome, like you're conflicted about it. Yeah, and like George said, yeah, you know, it's God should deal with that, right? But to have these, just to know, and I think you said it, George, in your video, you know what I'm saying, that these kids, let's say that especially that one, is out and is gonna be living his life like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And his family, you know what I'm saying, his family is gonna be happy to have him there. But he can't, like George can't have his kid. You know what I'm saying? So what, like, what are you gonna do? Like go and do something, and then we had this conversation the other day. We were talking about how I believe that if somebody does something like that, you should be able to like do whatever to that person and not get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know how fucked up it would be like if you bump into this person, right? And then you just looking at this motherfucker and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do something, then you're going to jail. And then you got to think about your family that you still have. You got to be strong for them. But that part is still saying like, yo, I don't want you here. So capital punishment. I think it has to fit the crime. It's like in the army, you know what I'm saying? They say the punishment has to fit the crime. You kill for no reason. You know what I'm saying? If it's self-defense, it's different. You know, but if you kill for no reason, then the punishment.
You know, and truth be, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. If they would have got the death penalty, if they had that in Kentucky, but we all know that we know what I think that is. But
yeah.
If they would have got that penalty, I would have been happy. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm like, hey, I would have talked to them like, hey, that's what God wanted. You know what I'm saying? So they give them death penalty. But I'm never ever going to agree that if you take somebody's life, your sentence should be, if it's not death penalty, your sentence should be life. There is no reason
that I agree with.
That you could never, you should never, I would never be convinced. They don't, and it's not even that, you know, my son was murdered. This is just if my son was right here, right now in front of me, getting on my nerves like he used to, I would still say that if you take somebody's life, you should do life in jail. You should never see the outside of those walls because you should be grateful that you're going to be living, even if it's in prison for the rest of your life, but you're still alive. Nobody that takes a life should ever be able to get out, ever in their life. I don't give a shit if you do 40 years and you get out at 60. It don't matter. If you get out at 60, you might live to 80. You know what I'm saying? Now that's 20 years. You can live a life. That person is going to be buried underground for the rest of their life. You know, my son is in my living room right now. You know what I'm saying? An urn. My son is never going to have kids. My son is never going to make me a grandparent. My son is never going to annoy me anymore. My son is never going to beg me for clothes and this and go in my closet and take my sneakers. My son's never going to get married. My son's never going to find love in his life again. You know what I'm saying? He's never going to do that. So why should anybody that takes a life be able to come out of jail and live their life? Especially these dudes that one is already out. The driver, he's out and he's not even 20 yet. You know what I'm saying? Now he could get married. He could go back to school. He could have kids. He could travel. He could go on vacation. The shooter is going to get, as of right now, 15 years, but he'll be 30 years old by then. That's still enough to get married, have kids, and live a great life and get a good career if he chooses to go the right path. While my son is going to be in earned in my living room for the rest of my life. So how is that fair? So I'm conflicted with the death penalty thing, but I definitely am not conflicted that a person that takes a life should do life in jail. Never see the outside of those walls ever again. And if he gets killed in jail, he gets killed.
I think you're being too nice. Life in prison, living for
It's
free.
God in me.
Wow, I gotta pay for like you gonna pay for him to be in jail. Like hell no. No, get him out. Get him out.
That's just God in me though. That's Jesus Christ in me that feels like that.
Oh, hey,
the
no, my
non-Jesus
brother.
side of me,
God bless you. God bless you, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't, bro.
Trust me. Let me tell you something. It's hard. You know, you every day you wake up with different emotions. 1 minute you with the God like no, and then the next minute, the next day you wake up and you just want to take their life. You know what I'm saying? So that's the emotions that you got to live with for the rest of your life. It's not just losing a child; it's the emotions that come with it, the confliction. You know what I'm saying? So that you deal with. I wake up feeling different every single day. I'm a different person. You know it. You know, you can see it in our chats. Sometimes I'll be bubbly and joking and laughing, and sometimes I'll be like, "No, fuck, yo, the world is fucking round, motherfucker." Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Melo is great. Like I know. See, now I know why you think this and think the pun is good. Like,
so it's like, yeah, you wake up different every day, man. You wake up happy one day and you wake up miserable the next. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you feel those emotions throughout the day. 1 hour here, 1 hour there. So it's hard. But yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. I'm just gonna leave it in God's hands, and I'm gonna live the life that my son would have wanted me to live. You know, that's all. You know, but everybody got their opinions to it.
that's real strong and very evolved. See, Jerome be saying that people like Jerome says society has not evolved, and that's true. But people have evolved because you seeing one right now. Me, I'll be walking around with a bat.
Yes, sir.
Smacking motherfuckers in the street for no reason.
So, you know,
Don't get me wrong. If they didn't get no time, it'll be different. If they didn't get no time at all, it'll be whole different. Somebody they got to get something. But they're protected by those laws right now.
If I was you, I'll be like, even if when they get out, I wish them the worst. I wish that they can't even get a job. They can't do shit. They live in the streets. Fucking throw voodoo on their ass.
Oh, of course I'm never. I said for the voodoo part, but I'm always gonna wish bad on them. I hope they get out and never find a job and never do nothing with their lives. And you know what? At the end of the day, I hope they get out and fuck with the wrong person. That they actually did fuck with the wrong person. But fortunately, you know, their father lived 11 hours away and couldn't get to them on time. So they're very fortunate with that. But I hope they never ever succeed in life when they get out of jail. Never. I hope somebody they fuck with the wrong person and somebody that person gives them the same fate they gave my son. You know. But wishful thinking. Wishful thinking.
Now, David, I understand what you're saying. Like, you know, just throw them in jail for the rest of their life. They're a drain on taxpayers. They're still here. But, you know, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that, because I do agree. I do want them to be thrown in jail. You forfeited your freedom. I'll give you that. But I'm still conflicted on the whole, you know, putting the law, you know, taking another man's life outside of like something extenuating like war, using war. You know, like that was more self-defense, but I've just always been conflicted about putting the, you know, the choice of taking another man's life and another human. You know, wasn't this a Star Trek episode?
Yo, but no, in Star Trek they got colonies that they will send motherfuckers for the rest of their life. They should.
Oh yeah, they forfeited their freedom.
Yeah, they should do that. They had a country like that was a colony that they will send bad people, and now it became a whole continent. But listen, So when you said that that in war is different, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you really think about it, the other side is protecting themselves, and like, let's say I'm protecting myself and they protecting themselves. So
Yeah.
who's really the bad guy? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not the soldiers. We just there.
I
So
forgot
who's
when
the bad guy? So
movie I saw this in when they was like well, I think it was Negan from The Walking Dead, or maybe it was The Walking Dead show, when they was like a character was like, no side believes they're the bad guy. So like, so where do we
right.
go from here?
Of course. I mean, of course. Think it. I always thought the same thing. Like, we live in the United States, and when there's a war, we automatically think we are at right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they're the bad guys. But if we live, say, the Iraqi war, if we were in Iraq, will we still think that United States will be right? You know what I'm saying? No, we'll think that, so, and when it comes to war, there's a lot of stuff they don't tell us. We hear um outside of it. We don't hear the other side of it.
You hiding
So
stuff, David?
Huh?
You hiding secrets?
Nah, shit. I probably know a little bit more than y'all, but they everything is so like I can't pronounce the word, but it's compartmentalized.
Right.
Like how you say that word? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You said it right.
You
Yeah.
got me fucked up.
Everything is so like that, bro, that nobody knows what, like, your right hand doesn't know what your left hand is doing because they make it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like they were like, this is your little piece. This is all you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And then they were like, but you don't know above you what's going on behind you or whatever, because all you know is that, and that's all they tell you, you know. And they keep it like that because they don't want you to know the whole picture. But when you figure it out, you be like, oh my God, man, what are we doing? You know? Yeah. We're trying to avoid saying names and countries and stuff like that, so that when we put this in the air and don't get blocked. But yeah, man, it's very well put.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
it's very
I mean,
yeah.
like I said,
They made
I
Go
is
ahead.
I is real, man.
it. Man, I'm telling you, and that right there, that's what's running everything.
I'm a real one.
So
It's real.
So George, damn, I don't even know how to phrase this question. So I'm just gonna throw it out there, and then you give me your thought, give us your thoughts and feelings on it, and then David too. You know what I'm saying? Since you a veteran at this point, why do y'all think, or do y'all believe that men's health is underrated in America? Or do you think it's underrated in America, or do you think it's underrated worldwide? And why is that?
So when you speak health, you mean health or like mental health?
Mental health.
Or just health? Okay.
Men's mental health.
I think, like you talked about, I think men's mental health is it's not really looked at on a category as anybody else, because Chris Rock said it best, everybody's loved more than men. We supposed to, at the beginning of time, we were the hunters, the gatherers, the protectors. We supposed to show strength at all times. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, you have to show those characteristics, and you can't show no weakness. And people don't realize when you're constantly showing, you're showing those characters that you demand. I'm the strength, I'm the protector, I'm this and that. It takes a toll on a man. It really does. It's like, to me personally, I think it's one of the hardest things that any human being could deal with when it comes to a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the house falls, nobody's gonna be like, oh, but it's the wife's fault. Oh, it's the kid's fault. No, they're gonna be like, oh, it's the man's fault why that family is living under a bridge. It's the man's fault. Why did he get a job? Why can't he get a job? Why is his family living on a bridge. Why he can't support them? You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize how hard it is for a man to have all that weight on them every single day, and it never stops. Even if you have a great house and car and money in the bank and stuff like that, you still worried about like, how about if I lose everything? What we gonna do? We live with that. And women these days are stronger. Don't get me wrong; they are strong human beings, but they have that factor, that chance that be like, you know what? I'm good because my man got me. He's always gonna get me. You know what I'm saying? No, he's never gonna allow us to be in the street. So they don't really worry too much about that. But the man's constantly worried about that. And that takes a lot from you mentally. And I think that's my opinion on it. That's why mental health in a man is worse than any human being on this planet can do it. You know what I'm saying? So when they see a man in the streets and they happy and laughing and like, oh, he's good. Look. Yeah, nah, man. Men have a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Everything falls on them at the end of the day. That pressure's strong, man.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna tell you this. I think men's mental health in the United States is the worst. I'm gonna say probably in first world countries. And it's because I'll put it to you this way, right? When you're poor, you don't know that you're poor, and you happy where you at, right? So, like, if you don't have nothing, you happy with what you got because you think that's it. But once you are aware that you're poor, you're like, oh shit, I don't want to be there. So I say that to say this. I say it's bad here, and in first world countries because they have made it. We are aware now that we are not appreciated. People here, right? Like I'm gonna say, and let's say it here. We are aware that we are not appreciated. We are aware that everything we do, you have to do it, right? And but we are aware of that. So now it's like, hey, hold up. Like, y'all got to start thanking me. But society is not built like that. It's not set up like that to thank a man. Because like George said, from the beginning of time, we were the gatherers, the hunter. That's what we knew. We didn't know that we had to be appreciated for that. So when you go to a third world country, and I'm going to talk about DR, right? Dominican Republic, the men over there, in their head, they're like, we have to do this. We have to do this because we have to. They don't know that they should be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? So when you compare a man from here to over there, they are more at peace, you could say, because that's all they know. They know that what they do is they have to do it. And it doesn't matter if they get a thank you or they get appreciated because that's what they have to do. They're not aware that they should. Over here we are. But like I said, the system is not set up to give us like the nurturing that we need now that we know, right? Because when you like they're quick to say, oh, men should be more sensitive, they should be more in touch with their feelings. When you do that and you start getting in touch with your feelings, now they be like, oh, he's a little bitch. Like, man up. Like, whoa, you want me to man up? But when I was a man, you were saying I was toxic. But now that I'm in touch with this let's say feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? Because of feelings. Now you're telling me to man up. And this is why I always tell y'all, like, you take a man from here and you put him in a third world country. But I'm going to speak on DR because that's what I know. And you take a man from DR, and I'm talking about like a country, like a hillbilly, you know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, the Dominican men are still like they don't if they do something they don't need an appreciation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying Dominican, but I'm talking about third world countries, all right? But I'm saying Dominican because that's what I know. But if you take a hillbilly from DR and even a hillbilly from here, those motherfuckers be like, yeah, I gotta go. I work and I do this because I'm a man. I'm supposed to do it because they're not aware what us educated people are like the men that were like, no, but we need to be appreciated. So now we looking for that, and now women are like females are saying, well, you're a weak man, but you want me to be in touch with that side. But when I get in touch with it in that side, and I get all my feelings, and I want to be loved, I want to be told, hey, you're cute or whatever. Oh, you acting like a little bitch. Man up. You know what I'm saying? Those problems are not happening in DR because for the most part, those men are not expecting. They know that they're not supposed to be, they know that they're not supposed to be nurtured like that. You know what I'm saying? But they do know that when they get home, they're gonna get that big piece of chicken. And you know what? They don't have to ask for it because the woman know that he's gonna get it. So it's a mutual understanding. Like you're the man of the house, and I'm here to support you. So that's the balance that's going on over here. But over here, in a way, it's making weak men. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to offend nobody out there in TV world and YouTube land. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, when you are aware, because like to be honest, it's happening to me, man. Like I'm aware now. I'm like, hey, why don't you thank me? Why you don't thank me? I got this, I got that. I'm doing all this shit for you. Why you don't thank me? And I'm like, and she's like, and I'm talking about my girl, my fiance. She's like, man, you acting like what are you, a girl? Like you get the big piece of chicken. And I'm like, no, but I want to hear now. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to hear it. But now it looks to her because she's from there. It looks to her like, yo, like you're not acting too manly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit. So I got to revert back. I can't feed into this energy that's being taught over here to be more weak, to be more vulnerable, and like show more feelings and stuff like that. I can't do that because where I come from, that's not acceptable. So here is bad. There is not. But I'm not going to say, like I said, I'm not going to say everybody here because if you take a hillbilly, those motherfuckers like, yeah, I do it because I have to do it. Like, why are you asking for confirmation on this shit? You know what I'm saying?
One of the, and then you can jump back in here, George. One of the things that kind of hit me like just recently is how much men like take care of just outside of like our own immediate families. And I'm not just talking about, your wife or your kids, but you end up like, and George, you could probably speak to this the most. You invisibly end up being responsible for like,
if anything, it's probably sometimes worse because women, when they're single parents, guess what? They're the sole custody. They have sole custody of the kids. So they're single parents raising the kid, taking care of the house, taking care of the bills, working, trying to find a babysitter, picking up from school, dropping off from school, and still trying to find a job that fits into all that and pay the bills. So I'm not going to take nothing away from women like that because at the end of the day, when men are single dads, guess what? Most of the time, the kids don't live with them. So they have that freedom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that men are the only ones on this planet that deal with stuff like that because there's a lot of women in this planet that deal with mental health for the same reason that we do. But when we're a family and it's a man, a mama, a daddy, and the kids in the household, a lot of it falls on men. My wife works. I can't keep that Trinidadian woman from working. It's impossible to keep a Trinidadian woman from working. It's not going to happen. Even though she complains every day, and this is what I mean. She complains about working every day, but she doesn't want to quit. But at the same time, she complains about like, damn, I got to get to that grind. I got to figure out something that she doesn't really say, you know what? Hey, I don't want to work no more, and I don't really have to. She does it now, but she knows both our income gives us a better life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, my income will pay for all this and all that. But she knows that second income helps with a lot of other stuff, a little bit more freedom. So, but when she complains about working, like we all do, everybody complains about working. Who doesn't? Even if you love your job or not. It makes me feel like, damn, am I doing something wrong? You know what I'm saying? So that's that stress. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking of ways to make money. Always. You know what I'm saying? You know that. I'm always talking to y'all like, yo, what can we do to make some extra money? And not just make extra money, blow up like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's stressful, man. But I will also say this. a lot of men in this planet put themselves in situations to be stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go buy a a 5 bedroom, 3 bath house. It's only three of us. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I could have bought a cheaper house with less mortgage payments. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have two three fucking cars, 4 cars in the damn fucking driveway. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to have that. You know what I'm saying? So man, we put ourselves in a financial burden. You know what I'm saying? But I would say that we do that because when we find a woman in our life and kids and all that, we want to give them the best that we could possibly give them. You know what I'm saying? We want to give them the best house we can. We want to give them the fancy cars in the driveway. We want to give them nice clothes and sneakers and all this stuff like that. We want to. But at the same time, doing that, we put ourselves in financial burden sometimes. And even if we could afford it still, but as long as we're not millionaires, it's gonna still always be a burden regardless. You know what I'm saying? If you're making 100 something a year, let's face it, in the United States, you're still financially burdened. You know what I'm saying? So we put ourselves in certain situations that stresses us out even more. Because I could easily say, let's go buy a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, $100,000 cheaper in a nice neighborhood. They don't gotta be the greatest neighborhood, but a nice little neighborhood. And the mortgage payments are $1,000 less a month. Let's get rid of 2 of these cars and have one or two less car notes and stuff. We put ourselves in a lot of situations, man, to be stressed the fuck out all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we do it to ourselves sometimes. But like I said, we do it because we want to give our families what we didn't have, especially us, man. You know, me and Jerome, we grew up in the hood, man. We grew up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? You didn't grow up in David. You didn't grow up in the projects, but you didn't live in a freaking fancy ass house. You know what I'm saying? I've been to your mom's house, the apartment they live in. It was in a nice neighborhood, but it wasn't glamorous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that we're older and we have kids, we want to give, and it's not a disrespect to our parents. Our parents did what they could do at, you know, what the economy was back then. You know what I'm saying? They did what they can, especially living in New York. It's hard. You know, living in New York was really extremely hard. One of the hardest places to make it and live and all that, no matter what you hear. But you know, we grow up and we made decisions and we just want to give our families the best we can. But doing that, you know, we put ourselves in some little stress. We give ourselves the stress sometimes. So.
Now that's interesting that you said that because like yeah. So when I was talking about mental health, I was just talking about appreciation and stuff like that. But also a man worries about finances, right? So you are right. We do put ourselves in situations where like, damn, why did I do that? But like I'll give you an example.
Hold on. Hold on.
A
Hold
5 bedroom house.
Hold that thought, David. In lieu of what George just said, and probably in lieu of what you were about to say, you have a lot of stuff, David. You have a lot of nice stuff. How do you deal with it mentally? How do you manage it? Women like these things, daughters, why like they now they're accustomed. Now they're like, all right, this is the standard.
So let me tell you this. Like, first of all, I'm gonna say I'm blessed, bro. Like I'm blessed. But everything that George said is true, bro. Like everything falls on us. Cause I'm like, I was thinking about I got all this stuff, right? But I'm like, it's a house of cards. Because if I fall, everything crumbles. You know what I'm saying? Like it crumbles. Now to go to this part, to the part, like, how can I afford this? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think I pray. I think I pray, and God is like, here, man, just make the math for him. Because like I don't know, he deserves it or something. Look, I've been blessed. When I went in the army, right? I was when I bought my first house, I had this NCO, like a supervisor that was like, he was like three ranks above me. I was an E5, he was an E8. And he was like, bro, like, how the fuck do you have and at that time I had a car, a bike, and a house. And he's like, how the fuck can you afford all of that? As a matter of fact, I was put low key, bro. I was put on the investigation because there was a time that they were talking about domestic terrorists, right? and they were like, they put us in the whole military got this training. And I remember we was getting it. They were like, if you notice that one of your soldiers has this, has that, and you can't understand how they get in it because you know how much they get paid, and they have all this stuff. That's a red sign. Tell me why everybody looked at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, it's not my fault that I made decisions at the right time. I don't know how, because Prince was talking about the other day. He's like, you made the right business decisions, and I'm like, I didn't make business decisions. I made decisions to help others, and in a way, it like the leftovers helped me out. You know what I'm saying? So when I bought the house, I was like, okay, I can afford this house right now. But I already had a car that was already paid off, the Lincoln Navigator, you know. And then the bike that I had, it was from my old soldier that she crashed it, and I bought it for $1,000. Like the shit, it runs great, but it doesn't look good. But it's not. This is why I told you the other day. It's all about the look. It looks like I got all this stuff, you know, and it's nice and all that stuff, but it really ain't. You know, I don't know how I ended up in this house, bro. Like, I'm like, how did this? Because the math wasn't mathing, bro. And I demand, like, that's why if you go to my page 369, I'm telling you, 369, that shit is real. I demanded it, I manifested it, and I asked, and all of a sudden the math was mathing. I always say that it's maybe I can't do math right. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I sat there with a calculator. I asked Grok, and I was like, if I make this, can I afford this? And Grok was like, no. And I'm like, okay. Then I demanded it. I did the math. It started mathing. And then I asked Grok, would it work? And he's like, then Grok is like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm giving you the same information. So I don't know, man. A lot of the stuff now, like Joyce said, you know, I got all this stuff, right? And I'm putting myself in a situation because it's like, now it's like, man, I need to do this. But this is another thing I'm going to say, right? Sometimes you have extra money and you just spend it, right? And that's something that was happening to me. And I was like, I need to focus my money, you know, because I'm just spending money. Like I was going to DR and spending like $10,000 a trip for 2 weeks, or like for 5 days or 3 weeks. I was spending $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I need to focus that energy. You know what I'm saying? I need to do something that's going to help me in the long run. So I got into this house because I could afford it. Now I'm back to how I was living before. You know, I have money left over, but I had to go do all that crazy shit that I have to do that I was doing, you know, at once. Like just like wake up one day, I'm like, I'm leaving, and boom, there it is. Now it's like I got a plan for it. So if I gotta say anything about that, demand. Like I keep telling people, demand. Like that's the cheat code. And I don't know, man, I don't know. But yeah. That's what I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
you're
about
not the first. I heard that before. I heard that a bunch of times, man. Like you just gotta manifest it. You know, every time I went up for a promotion, I always said, you know what, I got this. This is mine. I'm
Mhm.
already in my mind. I'm already figuring out what I'm gonna do when I'm in that position. You know what I'm saying? After I learn the position, I'm already thinking about the thing I'm gonna implement. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. It happened with working with the Mega Millions. I don't know why, but it has worked with other aspects in my life though. So
That was
Right.
too much. I think our energy wasn't at 100% on that, man. I really believe that because
I
I
guess
was
not,
like,
man. But yo, but let me tell you something. Every Tuesday and Friday, my energy gets as high as possible throughout the week because every Tuesday and Friday is Mega Millions. You know what I'm saying? So I
So
get my energy as high as I can, man.
you still play the Mega
but wait,
Millions?
but wait, let me say
Hell
this
yeah!
about,
Go
because
ahead.
George said something that's very important too. Like as men, you know, we want to give the best to our partners. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, the stuff that I have, it wasn't me thinking as a business person. At the end, I was like, it's going to benefit me, but it was always to help others, right? Like my kid in New York, I was like, she needs a house. You know what I'm saying? So somehow that happened, and I wanted to do that. Now my family's about to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need another house. So you know, blessings, but doing so, you know, I put worry in me. you know, because now I'm like, yo, I need to be making this. I need a raise. I need to hustle again. But you know, it's all because we want to give the best to our kids, our partner, whatever, you know, because we are men. We supposed to provide for them. We're supposed to make them feel comfortable so they could thrive. And you know, and that's the thing that it's in our DNA. Like it just is, you know what I'm saying? But because people are like in society now, they telling you you should be thankful. You should be thankful for that. Like they should be appreciated. They should appreciate you for that. And it's like now we want it. We want that, and I don't think we should because, like I said, going back to that, society is not built for us to be in our emotions. Not yet, because as soon as you are, they be like you acting like a little bitch.
Little bitch.
Like yeah,
You
yeah.
agree with that, George?
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that, 100%. Um, I believe in the manifesting thing, 100%. I really do. It has worked for me. Um, I never really get denied. I mean, I don't get denied a lot of jobs or promotions because I know which one to go after. That gives me a better chance. I'm not saying that I'm going to go apply for fucking CEO because I know I'm going to get rejected, obviously. But I go for jobs that there's levels. You know what I'm saying? So I go for the next position that I am capable of getting. You know, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're definitely going to get it. Just because it's not a CEO position or VP position, it's a different. But I still go into that saying that, you know what, I got this. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? But I also go into it that if I don't get it, you know what? I'm going to be upset. That's natural. But I'm also going to be like, you know what can I do? Because I told you guys a while back, I went after a job and they denied me within like a couple hours later, I got the rejection letter. And I thought that was crazy. So, but what did I do? I didn't say, you know what, I'm never gonna apply for another job again. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. Nah, I went, enrolled in college, doing my college thing now because if you have a degree and you have certifications and stuff, and I don't never want to hear those words again. I'm sorry, not those words, but I never want to get an email like that again. You know what I'm saying? Not 2 hours after I applied. If I do get a rejection letter, at least they will think about it. Like, man, he got a college degree, he got certifications in this. So, like I said, I believe in the manifestation thing, but at the same time, I also feel like if I get rejected, it's what it is, and I'll just better myself. It gives me opportunity to better myself. You know what I'm saying? Just
Making it
recently,
into a
you know,
positive.
huh?
You making it into a positive, and that's part of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I wish I would have had this mentality when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 46 right now with this mentality. I wish I would have had it when I was, 19. When did we go to college? 19, 20 years old. I wish I'd have went back then and not be hanging people off windowsills and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, fighting in the what was that? What was the place that we used to go to? It was like they used to play basketball there. They had the parties there. I forgot what hall. Hamilton, I think it was
No,
Hamilton Hall, some shit like that.
I think
Yeah,
it was,
right.
I think it was Stewart.
But what?
Yeah,
No,
Stuart.
Stewart was the dorm though. I think Stewart was the
No,
dorm.
wasn't Hamilton the dorm?
I don't know. I
Jerome
don't
knows all
remember.
of
But
this. Jerome knows all of
yeah,
this.
fighting in whatever hole it was, fighting there and all kinds of crap, man.
Oh
Our
yeah,
college
you
years
told about that. Yeah.
Yeah, our college years was I'm not even gonna say college years. My college term was fucking nuts. So
Jerome
I was
enjoyed
an
that shit the
idiot.
most.
But I wish I would have had this mentality when I was 20, because God knows with my drive, the way I am, I think I'm extremely intelligent. You know what I'm saying? I might not talk it, but I still got the streets in me. So, but when I want to sound professional, I can. But I'm semi-intelligent. If I had that drive when I was younger, man, I don't know where we would have been at, bro.
Well,
But
that,
it
that's
is,
why they
it is
say
what it is,
the
man.
youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah, yeah. I don't deny. I don't regret nothing I did though. All the shit I've done in my
Nah,
past made me
it made
the
you
man I am now.
yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So
I don't know.
I wish I would have stood a little. I wish I would have stood a little longer in Mooresville with Jerome and chill, and keep kicking down doors and just walking into females' rooms and looking at their closets and opening their drawers and just walking the fuck out and leaving them like, what the fuck just happened?
Yo, you gotta come out here. Look at him. Look at him. He muted. He know what the fuck he was doing out there.
Yo, we were
That energy.
talking about when y'all were talking about shit back in the other day. That's what the first thing that came into my mind. I will never forget the day we got there. I think it was like the second day, maybe the first or second day we got there. School just started. Everybody was just getting there. And fucking Jerome comes to me saying, yo, let's just go knock on the door, walk in, start going through their shit, and walk the fuck out. I'm like, wait, what? And he takes the fuck off. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yo,
And he start doing that shit.
I unpacked, set up my whole side, and Jerome still had his fucking bags there. And I'm like, bro, when you gonna set up? I'm like, yeah, I just need these sheets and a pillow, and that's it. This motherfucker.
No, that's right. Y'all was roommates. That's right. I remember that
Yeah.
shit, yo.
Yeah.
Man, that was the days, man.
Oh.
Back in that was wild, man. Wild times, bro. Wild times, man. That video camera was something else, though.
Where is that video camera?
Can y'all see
Where
my
is it? And I know he got it. I know he got the tape.
Can y'all see my
And
screen?
I know that shit's digitized.
Yeah. Yeah, we see you.
You froze.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, you're
freezing.
frozen. Yeah, you're frozen.
Okay.
So, damn, man. But yeah, we had some good times, man. Good times, bro. Imagine we did the whole school. What was it? 2 years, 4 years, whatever it was. Imagine, dang, yo, that was some good fucking times, man.
There was this, the Dominicans that I used to hang out with. There was this one dude there, like that. I think he stayed at Morrisville. Like he moved there and worked for the college. Because years later, man, like when I was a recruiter in Syracuse, I went to the Turning Stone, the casino, and he was there, and I'm like, damn, this dude just stayed here. Like, what the fuck? I know he wasn't from Syracuse. He was from New York City.
Which one was this?
Huh?
Which one was this?
He was like the fat one that was always quiet. I don't know if you remember him. There was the one that was always quiet, and he was kind of thick.
The only one I remember is the one who used to cut our hair.
Oh yeah. No, that dude was funny, bro. This motherfucker was feeling himself. This motherfucker used to walk through a mirror and be like, damn, who's that motherfucker? He's like, oh, it's me. And I remember, you know who I remember? The one that took Tweety away from me. Remember Tweety?
Yeah, she used to hang out with that cornball. Was that dude Dominican?
Yeah, he was Dominican. Light-skinned Dominican. You know, they love them light-skinned cats over there in DR.
He was lame as fuck. Even for me, George, this nigga was lame as fuck. He was like, I'm like, you sure he Dominican? He ain't have no swag.
He was Dominican, bro. Now the only reason why they liked him because he had that, he was light skinned, he had the good hair and all that stuff. Took my Tweety, man. Took my Tweety.
Yo, that's when the light skin was in back in the day, man. That was 2000s, bro. That was light skin was in, man.
Man, listen, I think he's light skinned, but he wasn't light skinned. That motherfucker was white.
Yo, George, he didn't have any.
Now that I think about it, he had that Aventura look. He had that Romeo Santos look and shit. That's what it was, motherfucker.
He had zero swag, George. Like he might as well have been like a. Let me not say it.
And where y'all know this kid? Maybe I didn't hear y'all say it, but where y'all know him from?
The Ville.
No, from Morrisville.
From the Ville? What
Yeah.
the hell was that?
I think that you wasn't there then.
You were long gone.
Yeah.
So wait, after I left, you did another semester, David?
Yeah. I was there for
I thought you left with me. I thought you joined the army right after.
No, bro.
Oh.
I did a year and then I left. I left. I left. But then I went to Kingsborough because I didn't know what to do, bro. I was like, man, my mom wanted me to go to college. Like, I don't want to do this shit no more. And then Otto, Jerome's boy, came through. And I was like, yo, take me to a recruiter. That motherfucker took me to a
Oh, shit, I
recruiter.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he took me to a recruiter, and that was the end of it. I was like, I'm gone. Best decision I ever made in my life.
Yeah, I give you that. That definitely was a great decision on your part, man. Me, I always wanted to join the army. I regret it now, especially that I probably would have been retired just like you and collecting free money. I guess,
Like the free money,
but
bro.
I mean,
I do want to ask your boy, like, how does it feel to have like grown a vagina in his 40s? I wonder what that's like. Like, not that I wonder what it's like, but
I think he's one of those guys that got into his feminine feelings. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Man, I'm gonna send this video to him, man. I gotta send these videos to him, man. Like, I'm like, yo, check this out. Your boy's talking.
oh, you still in contact with this dude? Do I don't know him. You still in contact with the dude?
What?
Do I know him?
You
Who
know
you talking about? Oh shit! I thought y'all talking about somebody else, man. I was confused. I was lost in this whole in the conversation because I thought y'all talking about somebody else, man. And then you say his name.
Yeah, Arthur. That's Jerome's boy. Arthur broke Jerome's heart, and that's why we are angry at you, Arthur, because you broke Jerome's heart. Look at that face. Look at that face. It's because of you.
Stop it,
I'm gonna send this to him.
What a bitch.
Yo, when I get married, I mean, he's gonna be there. And he's gonna be one of the best men.
Yo, even if you invite him, he's not gonna come.
Let's see it. Once he says now that I said it on the video and he sees it, he's gonna have to come because I'm gonna invite a lot of people. I'm gonna invite Maciel, Eki.
All these these people can't even afford to like travel from one borough to the next. You think they're gonna come to like a luxury wedding?
But if he thinks they going, if somebody thinks they going, they might show up. I just want the drama because you like to start a lot of drama, so I'm gonna start a little bit of drama in my wedding.
I don't do that stuff anymore.
Wedding gets fucked up. I don't care.
I don't do that anymore. When the last time I started?
You say you don't do that anymore? Nah, you did settle down, bro. Because you were a fucking instigator, bro. Like you were king of instigating shit, man.
Bro, when was the last time you did
I'm not
something?
gonna say
In the beginning of this video, you did something, trying to start some shit.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, right. Right.
I remember you gaslighting George.
See, started right now. You started it. Yeah, nah.
Yo.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna make you my best man.
Nah, nigga. Nah. I'll go there and like cause all types of havoc at the wedding.
For real, me too. Fuck that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. We're taking your wedding back to We're taking your wedding back to Mobile days. Fuck that shit.
Remember, I met your wife. I went to your homeland to meet her. Arthur would never do that.
Look at him throwing shade.
She probably didn't understand a word that was coming out of my mouth, but I met her.
She was like, "You cool?" Yeah, man. But
she was my river buddy. I'm like, I'm not getting that shit.
Yeah, y'all both stayed out.
River? What the fuck?
Went to this little lake. Nice. It was raining though, and it was cold. I ain't gonna lie. But I was like, man, we out here. Might as well do something.
It was dope. It looked dope. But knowing my luck, some parasite crawl in my ear. Next thing you know, I'm fucked.
This guy is not enjoying life because of random shit.
I mean, same here. Fuck that. I ain't not jump. Nah. Like I know people that be swimming with pigs and all that shit. I'm not doing that shit, man. There's other ways to live life, bro. I ain't doing that shit. Yeah. Oh, I'm not knocking it. Hey, if you want to do it, do it. But I personally can't, man. I just can't.
Yo,
I heard stories about it.
Someone pays to kill him and eat him right there. Shit.
I don't even pork no more, man.
Oh
I don't
man,
eat pork no more. My whole diet changed, man.
I can't eat beef. That shit will not digest.
Yeah, same
It
here.
takes a whole week for that shit to digest.
Oh yeah, I don't eat red meat no more neither.
Yes.
It's either your favorite food, seafood, or or chicken. That's it.
Mhm. Yo, like red meat gives me gout. Gout. When I told somebody I had gout, they're like, that's old people's um disease or whatever the fuck it is. I'm like, damn, gout, bro. That's crazy. Gout.
Yeah,
Look at the
I heard
shoes.
about gout, man.
Look at the shoes that I gotta be wearing so it don't bother my legs, my foot.
What the fuck is that, man?
Yo, what?
These are the shoes that I can't wear, bro.
Yo, that's worse. That's worse than my Carmelo Anthony head, man. What the fuck are those, man? Yo, you be having the weirdest shit, bro.
Yo, I can't wear tight shit, bro. Like on my feet. My gout. My gout, bro.
Even Metal's like, yo, what the fuck are those, man? What are those?
Gout is an old man. It's an old people disease and shit. I heard. Yo,
I mean, every time I hear somebody got gout, it's always people in their
like
60s, men in their 60s. I haven't heard
like
nobody in their 40s get that shit.
I got gout, bro. I can't wear tight shoes. I can't wear shoes for long periods of time because it start hurting.
If there's any young people out there, don't y'all need to find the fountain of youth.
Man,
aging is cool because you alive if you're still alive, but it's weird, man.
Take care of yourself when you're young. Take care of yourself when you're young because they say, right? Old people say that wealth is not money. Wealth is good health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's old people. You know, because you could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health is not good, how you gonna enjoy it? So take care now.
That's
Take
pure
care now.
facts,
Put
though,
some
man.
gym, you know what I'm saying? Something.
So George,
that's fact.
I know we talked about this earlier in the week, but I was talking to somebody at the local supermarket earlier about David's favorite subject of the week. And I was like, how much do you pay to get your hair cut? He was like, I don't. I was like, oh, you don't? I was like, you don't? He was like, nah, man. He was like, I went to the place across the street and I know what place he's talking about. He was like, you know how much they charge me to cut my hair? I was like, he actually has hair. I was like, how much? He was like, they charged me $70. He was like, I couldn't believe it. He was like, the dude said it so matter of factly. I think that whomever I asked this question to, I think that's what people are having issues with the most. They just saying these prices like it's like y'all think that's normal. Like, oh, this is not like, I don't know when this transition took place. Maybe because I'm bald and I just would cut my own hair for so many years. But George, you still got hair. When was the transition?
Cut that shit off, bro.
Yo, so you see, I don't really get bald by it because I wear a hat 99% of the time. So I don't get a haircut every week or every 2 weeks. Shit, I get a haircut. I was just talking to somebody the other day about this shit too. It's funny because we talking about it. That very same day, I got into a conversation with somebody else about it, and he was telling me that for him and his two sons, I forgot what the age. I think it was like 9 and 11. He pays $120 or something like that for all three of them. So that's like what 40, like $47 a piece. And I'm like, yo, that's
let me grab my calculator.
That's 30 I think it was like more than 120. I think he said one son. He said one son, but I know I was like, yo, that's way too much, bro. That's especially for a 9-year-old. Come on, man. My son, I mean, I think it's $25 for him. He's 12. When he goes there, it's like $25. Whatever tip the baby mom gives, That's up to her because she takes them to a certain spot. So me personally, I pay $45, I believe. $55 I believe, something like that. Without tip. It's somewhere around that range. But I only get a haircut, when there's an event coming up. So if there ain't no event coming up, I trim my own beard and I put my hat on, bro. Every day, all day. And when there's something coming up, a party, a gathering, an occasion, I go get a haircut. My barber knows me. Every time I sit in a chair, he says, "Oh, what's coming up?" Because he knows I wouldn't be getting no haircut unless something was coming up. So he's like, "Yo, what you got going on? What's coming up?" I was like, "Wedding or whatever the case is." So it don't really bother me. But if I was going to get a haircut every couple of weeks, that I know a lot of people, $55, $60, that's a lot of money every couple of weeks, bro. Like they be wilding. And I really don't feel like it's because the mortgage. Oh, the mortgage on the spot is expensive. Nah, man. You own the spot. You have 10 to 12 barbers cutting hair. There's no way these barbers should be costing 45 because there's no way your mortgage is that expensive. I know I don't know how much they charge per chair, but it's still, man. And we talk about it. You lower your prices more, maybe people will come cut their hair a little more times a month. I know I probably would. I say, fuck it. If haircuts are $35, $30, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get a cut every 2 weeks. But if I'm paying $50 rip for one haircut, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not. So
Well,
you know how I stand in that.
I'm gonna tell you this: like $70 is a lot of money for a regular haircut, right? Number one. This is number one from Star Trek. But it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but you also gotta understand, man. Like, I don't know. That's why I asked you, Jerome. Like, what's a reasonable price then? Because like $15 is not it. I don't even think $20 is it. You know what I'm saying? I think
that's a reasonable price for me for a regular fade, a regular tape. $25.
$25 for without cutting the top.
What do you mean?
So when you say a fade, just the size and the lineup. But you want the top cut too, right?
Edge it up, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I had hair.
No, I understand what you're saying. You said 25?
$25. Throwing a tip.
I think 35 to 45 is good. If you're going past that, that's a lot of money, I think.
Now, I think that's fair. I think taking it up to $40 is fair. Again, I think we spoke about this. There's a barber here. I think he's out of Dallas. Or maybe he might be here in Houston. He charges $40. He charges $40 per head. But he does very well, but he owns his own studio and he promotes himself on social media. So he like believes in building clientele. I don't think a lot of barbers got that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to build my brand, as they say.
I think a lot of them they got it twisted with celebrity barbers, right? They hear how much these celebrity barbers make, and now they're like, well, maybe I could get to that. And and I think that's it. So funny that George said, like, when he goes to his barber, they're like, are you going to a party or whatever? I'm bald too. I have no hair, but I go to get my little beard done. And every time my barber sees me, he's like, you going to DR? Because I only go when I go to DR. So when he sees me over there, he knows that I'm traveling.
Me, I'm getting to a point. I'm just gonna go bald, man. Fuck that. I might do it, man. It's easy life, man. Easy life. Just let it all go.
It is to a point, but when you got to shave and you got to like get all of that stuff and your hand stuff to hurt, you're like, I want to go to a barber, man.
Yeah.
Jerome, do you shave every day? Your head? Or like
no, hell no. Especially I shave once a week, but since I've been home, sometime I'll make it a week and a half. Like we're going to rodeo. You right. Like your hand starts getting tired, you start standing there. So it's like I started yesterday and I'm gonna finish probably tonight or tomorrow morning before we go to rodeo.
Now I'll go a month without shaving, bro. And then when I shave, my shaver gets so stuffed up with the hair because I grow hair, but man, I'm gonna have to start doing it at least once a week. But I don't like doing that shit either, man. And then the problem is when I go to a barbershop, they pass the blade through your head, but then when you go like this, you feel hair, and I'm like, man, they didn't do a good job because I gotta come and do it myself.
They're not buzzing it off, and that pisses me off. It's like you're supposed to shave it, and I have a buzzer. I shave, take it as low as I could, and then I buzz all the, it's supposed to be a smooth baldy. It's like, why am I paying you $50? I think that's like the going rate around here for a baldy, $50 without tip.
Wait, to go, that's wild to me because it's like it's just a baldy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're taking a razor and just shaving your hair, like.
And a lot of times they're not even using the straight razor because, like David said, they're just like shaving it down, but they're not buzzing it all the way to the skin.
I can't use the buzzer, bro. I can't use the buzzer, the shaver thing. I can't use it because it fucks up my head, man. I get bumps.
You see, to me, it's different when you're getting a haircut because you're styling something. You're doing a style to it. For a baldy, bro, you're just shaving everything off. Like you just gotta make sure that all the little hairs are off. And you charge $50 for that? Man,
they don't do it right.
And
I'll do that shit myself, man.
Yeah, I shave
myself. These barbers, these barbers are wild, man. Like getting your beard trim, $35 is fucking diabolical, man.
They trim it. They fade it. See, they fade it.
I get that too, man. I get the same shit, man. That's how I do mine. I get the fade here, and then they get darker, and whatever go on, man.
That's $35.
That's my haircut is $50, $45 to $50, and it's a haircut and a beard. It's not even a haircut and a beard, and he asks me every day, every time I get a haircut, you want your eyebrows done? No, I don't want my eyebrows done, bro. I'm not getting that, man. Like I can't look at a man in the face if he has his eyebrows done. I just can't do it.
So So like, look, it's the ones that get him like thin and shit like that. They will fuck that shit up, and they look weird. Ruben, yeah, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, George Ruben got his eyebrows done, skinny.
I think Ruben was one. I think Ruben was one of the first persons I started noticing that.
They boys.
Nah, Ruben probably don't even know. Yo, Ruben, I remember Ruben because there's pictures of like the pictures I was sending you the other day. So I remember him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I forget to do, but he probably don't even remember who I am because he wasn't like that, man.
Yeah, bro. Y'all would text me.
He was a cool dude. I'm not gonna start. He was a cool cat. I never had a problem with him. He was a cool cat. I thought he was a cool dude. He had his ways, but he was a cool dude. Man.
When we meeting these pooties, you know who?
Hey, David, you using a mic?
We meeting these pooties.
You using a boom mic?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see it? Why? I got loud?
No, bring it closer to you, if you can.
You want to see it?
I feel like David, you probably get your eyebrows done. You look like somebody get your eyebrows done.
No. I get it cleaned up. So, like, look, I'm gonna show you. See this shit right here? Just that right there. That taken off.
That's just a better word for it, man. Get cleaned up, and that's just a better word. You get your eyebrows.
No. Because when they get it done, they like bring shit down. And plus, I get a cut on my eyebrow too. But I let it grow because I got to go to work Monday, Tuesday, and shit.
You remember back in the day? I don't know if y'all ever did it. I think David done it. I believe David did it.
What?
Like we used to do the little style on the eyebrows, shave a couple of lines on it or some shit back in the day.
Yeah, I did that a couple times.
I think David did it. You did it, right? I know I've done it, but I believe you did it also.
Because he was trying to wild out, 3 cousins in your eyebrows, trying to wild out like Jay-Z's cousins, nephews. I mean,
crazy time.
Yo, why you asking me about my mic? Is it loud?
No, because you sounded a little far away. But every time you get closer, you sound crystal clear.
Oh shit! So let me get close, man. Matter of fact, because I got one of those boom fucking thing. I just can't connect this. Is that better?
Perfect.
We're that. Yo, George's friends, yo. They best friends, yo. They were texting each other. Hey, are you in
Man,
Bensonhurst?
y'all probably seen Ruben. Y'all probably saw Ruben last before I did, man. I haven't seen Ruben in years. I haven't spoken to Ruben in years, man. Like I said, I was around Ruben because of y'all. Let's put it like that. Man.
Because of
You know what I'm
y'all. I
saying?
wasn't when you was around Ruben, I was in the army. So where were you, Jerome?
I was already in.
You
was in
was
Long
around
Island.
Ruben because of Bensonhurst. Bensonhurst.
I was in Long Island. I'm still trying to figure. I'm like, damn, so George stomached Ruben. I can't believe it. I'm like, I would have thought like Ruben would have like annoyed him within seconds.
Let him talk.
Yo,
Listen, I'm gonna get loud. I'm gonna get close. Let him talk shit. I'm gonna ask somebody, and I'm like, were they cool? Were they cool? And they're like, yeah, they were cool. Yeah. Don't make me ask.
when was the last time y'all spoke to Ruben, man?
Like, you're trying to switch the conversation. Last time it was a long time ago.
All right. I thought, oh shit.
Whoa.
Like he got
Shout out
nervous.
that boy.
Ruben texted him.
I haven't spoken to Ruben in years.
Let me tell you something about Ruben, right? You know, in your wedding, right? You know that I was over there and I was telling the fellas, I was like, hey, your jacket needs to be like this party needs to be opened up and blah blah. That was all Ruben, man. I got everybody squared away because Ruben taught me that shit.
Yeah, you go. You see, you learn stuff from Ruben. You see?
Yeah,
He's very fashionable.
For sure. Like, you know, he had his good qualities, but there was just always something about him that was like disingenuous. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, David.
Me, that's George.
Like he came off like a little, something.
Okay, so I'm confused here. Who the hell brought Ruben around then? Because nobody's claiming him. So who brought Ruben around? Who was his friend first and brought him around the rest of us? Because what the fuck is going on?
Well, I don't know about you. I know who brought him around you. You know what I'm saying? But I brought him into, you know.
You.
Yeah. Look, he can't even say that with a straight face. That nigga said, you.
I'm trying because I know I didn't know Ruben until I met Shaw. So one of y'all introduced Ruben to the group. So who was it? Who was the first one to meet Ruben?
And then Bensonhurst, you started hanging around with him. But I had nothing to do.
Did he go to school with y'all? Did he go to school with y'all?
Models, right?
Models. It was Models. Yeah.
So who was the first one to be friends with him?
Me.
There you go. There you go.
Listen, I'm not disowning Ruben. Ruben was cool with me. He was a real cool dude with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no beef with Ruben. The reason we don't talk is that I don't keep in contact with people like that. You know what I'm saying? But if Ruben hits me up, of course I'm going to talk to him.
I never had a problem with him, man. I never had a problem with him, man. He was a cool cat to me, man. I never had a problem. I think he's a cool cat. You know, I met some real foul ass people in my life, and so comparing that, man, Ruben was a cool cat, man. I never had a problem.
Yeah, he's real cool. But somebody got some beef with him. I don't know what happened, but you know, something to do with a wedding or some shit. I don't know. But somebody, you know, listen, like I said.
You don't want no part of this conversation, man.
Now what happened? What's up?
No, I said Ruben was a cool dude. I never had no problem with Ruben. Only one person in this panel had a problem with Ruben, and that's going to be the name of this topic, Ruben. This section.
I don't understand how always maybe. All right, so Ruben was always cool. There was always something a little off with him about him, but I think he had a good heart. He invited me to his wedding. And I was going to go. I didn't RSVP. He took that offensively. After the fact, he was like, okay, yo, you already, we paid for this play. You didn't RSVP. I was like, okay, cool. I'll give you the money. I really apologize. It was like a really, really weird moment in my life of his wedding. And it just slipped by me. And I was like, yo, I'll pay you back for that plate. Like, I'll pay you back. And he just was like, nah, you a fucked up dude. And he grew a vagina like Arthur, and we haven't spoke since.
Now, but you know what I think? the thing is, like he saw us as his big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like he had just sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I think like you just broke his heart, bro. He didn't. Wait, hold up. He didn't invite me to the. Which wedding was this? Which one?
The second one.
He didn't invite me to that wedding. Well, fuck him. Fuck you, fuck you, Ruben.
Didn't you go? You went to the wedding.
He didn't invite me. I didn't even know. I met her though. Like he did introduce me to her. You know
I met her too.
Oh yeah, you fucked up, bro.
I could have swore you went to the second wedding. You went to the first one, obviously.
Oh, yeah. The second one, I didn't even know that he got married. I didn't even know when he was going to get married. Or maybe I did, and I was like, yo, I won't be able to make it because I was in the army though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what else happened? This might have been a little petty of me as well. Because this happened with this happened with Conrad too. So I'm just putting it out here. But me and Conrad squashed it like men. We talked about it, we squashed it. With Ruben, he just chose to grow a vagina. It's like all right, David, you saying like he looked at us as his little brothers, or his big brothers, but I wasn't in the wedding. I was just a guest. So I was like, I was kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I was, kind of going through something, I just couldn't make it. So then I didn't think it was a big deal. I should have RSVP. That wasn't very professional. That's why I was like, yo, I'll pay you back for the plate, If that's your beef.
That's big for you to say that though. You could have just said, F it, I'm paying none. I'm just not going. I just can't go. That's it. You could have been like, I'm just not going. I can't go. There's things coming up in my life. I wish I could be there. If I could, I would, but I can't. And you could have been like, I'm not paying nothing. I mean, when you get married, that's something you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that L. Having my wedding. Having my way. I didn't tell anybody that didn't show up, you gotta pay for this play. I didn't do that. It is what it is. It's a chance you take. It's a gamble. So I think that was real big of you to say you'll pay for the wedding. I mean, pay for your plate.
I was also kind of looking at him like, well, nigga, like we've known each other since we were kids, and I'm just a guest. And Conrad did that same shit. And I didn't go to Conrad's wedding either. I was kind of like, and I was offended by Conrad. With Ruben, I was just kind of like, well, I can't make it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can't make it. Always looked at our friendship with Ruben, at least for myself, David. Like Ruben represented a season. I never really considered him like a best friend or day one. Like we had a very good season. The season that me and Ruben had, it was dope. Obviously, I can't talk about that here, but me and Ruben had a great season. And once the season was over, that was it. So when this nigga kind of popped up, marrying your cousin, I was kind of like, even that, I went with him to Santiago, met her. He came to Florida and introduced me to the new one, and she was very nice. But that was it. It was just he would just visited Florida. I didn't know he was trying to like strike up another season. And when he just invited me as a guest, I was kind of like, all right. I'm like, I didn't even go to Conrad's wedding, so we'll make sure I'm gonna go your shit as a fucking yes.
I mean, if he would have invited me, I would have gone. I think he did invite me. I was just in the army. I think I was getting deployed or some shit.
So there you go. You see right there, that tells you being here wasn't cool like that, man. I didn't even know the man got married.
No, you heard about that. Maybe he saw you as a season. See, the problem is, George, that you saw him as a lifetime, but he saw you as a season. Like he getting upset. He liked Ruben, bro. He liked Ruben a lot. Like
Ruben.
I don't know. Now I'm just kind of like, did he really consider us big brothers? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, he said it to us. I mean, he said it to me, and I know you were included in that too.
He also cried on our voicemail over Nigeli. And you don't edit this out.
No, that was crazy. Yeah.
So, no, I can't say everything. No, I'm not gonna do that.
What was the name? What was the name of that dude? He just comes out of the room and like, that's him?
Eric?
Oh, Eric.
So Ruben's girlfriend.
He was cutting hair.
Ruben's girlfriend during our second semester, he had a girlfriend. And we had met her. Very pretty, very, very nice. And she ended up going to Mooresville. But she ended up going to Mooresville. I don't know if you remember this, George. You're probably gone already. but Ruben was like in love with her. But when that girl got to Mooresville, from what she showed us in Brooklyn to when she got to Mooresville, and she talk about 3 cuts in your eyebrows trying to wild out. This girl went up there and lost her mind, like immediately. But Ruben was in love with her.
She was Jerome 2.0. She was Jerome
pretty
2.0. Like her energy just left her body, and she was like,
Yeah, I was in for that. I don't remember nobody like that, so I definitely don't remember that.
That was crazy.
Nah, you would Ruben, by second semester when you would come, you would just be on the other side with
yeah.
Georgie's mother.
Remember Pac?
Yeah, I remember that weirdo.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember these dudes. I don't remember nobody
in the dorm room.
I remember somebody named Pac, but I don't remember nothing. How he looked, nothing. No interactions.
This motherfucker had.
But I remember somebody named Pac
in the dorm room and shit. Like what?
I think a lot of JUCOs, especially because it's like a full blown university now. But I think in those days, a lot of JUCOs had a lot of people hiding out, running, or using it as a hustle. And when I say a hustle, not like, oh damn, I'm trying to get out the PJs like us, but like, yo, I'm coming up because Pac's so, he was moving some stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, when I found out, I was like, wow.
I remember that name, but I just can't remember. I can't picture him.
And what happened to Chief?
I don't remember nobody, man. If I don't see a picture of the person, I don't know who the hell these people are, man. I was only there for what? 4 months? 5 months? I remember these people, man. I remember people that I still follow, like on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But a lot of names you be naming, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Did we go to the same college? Oh.
Yo, what happened to Chief, yo? Like, did you? No,
nothing.
Another one.
Yeah,
nothing.
Chief.
No cool.
That was weird. He was always by himself and shit.
And honestly, David, I didn't really keep in touch with like a lot of any of the dudes. I just kept in touch with the chicks. Like a lot of them dudes were weird, man. Chief was cool but weird,
Yeah.
The Brian story,
Of course, Romies will keep in touch with the chick, man. Come on, bro.
That's what he was saying. That dude, I'm telling you, bro. That his little man had the brains. I don't know how he made it through college because that little man was having all the control. That little man was like, all right, now I'm gonna give you some power back up there so you can keep us in here. So go do your schoolwork and then give it back.
We were wild. We were wild, man. Sucking on female toes in the lobby of Cayuga Hall.
Yeah, I know it wasn't me. I know it wasn't me. Look at Jerome. Look at his lips. my toe.
In the lobby, bro.
Where is the camera, bro? Where is the tape? I know it's digitized right now.
We need the footage.
No, sir.
Yo, like I don't know how I lost that. How I lost control of that tape.
Yo, remember when we had to jump in the snow? We had a deal going. Who could go without fucking?
Have y'all heard
the longest? We had to end up jumping in the snow.
Have y'all? Yeah, I remember. Have y'all heard from her? Don't say her name, but have y'all heard?
From her? He protects her. To this day, he protects her. But yeah, yeah, she that one person and bra and panties, bro. I was like, she was looking right. Don't get mad, Jerome.
I don't even who y'all talking about. You don't want to mention the name. I don't even know who y'all talking about. Was it when I was there?
Yeah, you was there. You was her brother. You was her brother.
Yeah, you was her brother.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha.
We got 2 minutes left, y'all.
She played me though. I'm gonna say that she played me, but it's all good.
Real quick, this episode.
Here we go.
On this episode.
Disgusting. I'm gonna have to, man, I'm gonna have to balance this shit out. Hold on. I'm gonna have to bring some logic in this bitch.
This is gonna be like a running joke.
I'm gonna have to fucking some logic into this motherfucker.
Carmelo Anthony.
Bro. He's alright. He's alright. I could probably beat him on a one-on-one.
That's too funny.
But he broke it.
Oh,
Yo,
shit,
but
bro.
anyway, go ahead and subscribe to De Lo Mio Show. Let me see. Let me see if I could do this real cool. De Lo Mio Show right there on YouTube. De Lo Mio Show.
What else? What else?
And J.R. Martinez, y'all see it right there, Off the Block 2 Talks. Subscribe, comment, share, like, you know, all the good stuff.
Yeah, do that shit on this video.
Thank y'all for pulling up. JD, a lot of stories.
Bro.
Hope David edits this and keeps all the bodies buried. Please like, share, subscribe. We gone.
And as always, y'all my heroes.
Just keep it.
All right, y'all. Later.
So you ended it or what? She's still going.
There we go.